another tool here to mention that some of our customers, they don't know, is the share button. What the share button does is it creates a QR code that you can copy a link and send that link to a customer. And I'm going to open an anonymous page here as if I was just a customer. And when you open that link, what it shows to you is a viewable version of that design you just did. So you can be on the phone with the customer, understanding their requirements. You can actually ask for their site address. You can, have that image, higher resolution imagery while you're on the phone. You can position the shed and discuss with him where you want things to be placed. And by the time you finish the conversation, you send to them a PDF with a site plan and the building place on it. You send this link here with a 3D view of how the shed looks like, so they can, see how the claddings are going to be. You can see an orthographic view or perspective view. They can see the fabrication view. They can tag stuff and see what's actually included in that quotation. For example, the web truss cord. They can see here there's a Z. If you provide all of this information with a clear pricing and options, just like we are providing here, a template that says, look, now you need to pay a deposit. Here's just a template. If your deposit is 20%, so be it. You can set up all of this with our team when you're doing the onboarding. But you're telling them, this is how much your shed costs. That's how much the supply only, like the shed kit costs. That's how much the erection costs. That's how much engineering will cost. That's how much your shed's going to cost in total. And here's how much you need to pay us. And all of the details are here. And if you scroll down the page, you can even see some additional basic imagery if you don't want to provide the high resolution imagery and architectural plans we just seen. So this is the difference of providing that higher level of service. And then let's say that your customer comes back to you and they change their mind. And I'll show here how the engineering works in the background as well. So if the customer says, look, Arthur, now we're going to 25 meters wide. Can we do it? Look what happens. When you go 25 meters wide, all of the frames update automatically based on the preliminary engineering that your company can provide to the system. Okay, so there are two ways to do it. If you are in the code formed segment, then ShedMate will do the preliminary engineering for you in real time using site specifics, so you don't need to worry about it. But if you're using universal beams, web trusses, if you're doing hot rolled structural steel, then you come to settings. You can go to company engineering database, and guess what? Here's the list of computations you can play with. So remember when I mentioned to you that when I went to ask for a quote for my house, they gave me a fixed price. And I really like this because it gave me clarity, right? Well, the builder didn't have exact how much the engineer would charge them. But they had a very good base figure that's formed with the historical experience. And that's what most companies have out there. And if you want to do that, if you want to bring that intelligence to here, you can. And you can do this by just importing an Excel file that will be similar to this here. So hey, look, if the shed is up to 36 meter wide, 8.2 meters high, 9 meter maximum base, so this is the minimum and max of each one of those criteria: minimum roof angle, maximum roof angle, wind region, TC, importance level. Then you're going to have a solution for each one of those computations. We're going to use the column frame. We're not going to use web truss. So you can build that by importing your existing company data into the system. And once you upload this to here, you have the safety of only your company will have access to this, not any other customer will have access to it, not even our team. But this is what is going to be used to run the system that you just saw running here with me. So now when you make those changes in the engineering here, and you go from 10 to 15, for example, you can see those frames updating in real time, and then your pricing updating in real time. So how fast it is to do this compared to the old traditional way in which you need to do the drafting, you need to send the quote to another team that's going to open some Excel spreadsheets, repopulate some data that was already added in other forms, maybe in your website. So all of these here is what gives you that agility to be a more competitive company in this market.